So I have been playing 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross for exactly a month and 3 weeks now. Ever since the day the Escanor came out. That's the good estimate. And I feel like I'm already strong enough about the units I like, and this is a top 5 of my favorite units in the game. Now, this doesn't mean this is the top 5 best units. I would actually disagree this is top 5 of best units. It's just the units I like to play with the most. And I would encourage you to also put in the comments your top 5 favorite units. Again, not best units, but favorite units to use. And yeah, this has been developing over time, and you'll kind of see a pattern with 3 of the units. They kind of share something in common, but in general, they're good units, right? They're all good units, and they're all units that I feel like I can use in almost every activity as well, which I like. So number 5 is Merlin. Now, this is a coin shop Merlin. Red Merlin is also good, but coin shop Merlin is just insane. And if you go to the tier list provided by this website, you can see that the person making the tier list, or at least apparently it's a person that puts in order of how the community feels about it. So if that's the case, how the community feels about Merlin being the best unit in the game. Merlin is really good for PvP. Like if you were playing PvP over Platinum and you're not using Merlin, I don't know what to tell you. Like, Merlin is needed. And she's a coin shop unit. Like, I myself, personally, consider coin shop units free to play. Because this game doesn't have, like, many free to play units. Except, like, King, Diane, and a few others. Mostly what the game does is, not only they give a lot of gems, so you can summon a lot, and they give you the coin shop units, which you can purchase, and I feel like the coin shop units are free to play, or at least very free to play friendly, because you can choose the unit that you want, right? And with that being said, her taking off an alt gauge is just so good. And like, this is ability, Merlin in general, you feel like she wouldn't be a unit that would do too much damage, but when you get her level 2 and 3, she packs up punch in PvP, and the perfect cube. Like, I just recorded a video of me getting to the highest rank in PvP. I mean, not the highest one, but like the grade 5 of the highest one. I just got that, and Merlin just saved me. Like, she got the level 3 and took off 2 alt gauges. The perfect cube is just so good. Like, this perfect cube just tanked, I think, 2 attacks that would have taken off the match from me. And it's just so good. When you get level 3 perfect cube, it feels like the level 3 perfect cube can take some like minor ultimates as well. If it's like a blue unit, you can definitely take like Gopher's ult, for example. It's just so good. Her ultimate deals a lot of damage, and the starting with an ultimate gauge, this is pretty much my tactic. I'm gonna spoil my tactic right here. I start with an ultimate gauge, and then I work around getting Gopher's ultimate in the first turn. If not, I'll do something else, but this is my workaround, and it's only because I already started with an alt gauge. I just really like using her. Moving on to number 5 is Gopher. Now, Gopher was, in my opinion, it still is, in my opinion, the best unit in the game. Now, the reason for that is just because he is insanely good for PvP. He is insanely good for regular PvE. He's insanely good for raids. He's insanely good for pretty much every activity in the game. And when you combine all of that, you're like, he's the best unit in the game. Like, overall. Like, he's not the best in each activity, though. Like, he's not the best for raids. He's not the best for PvP. But he's like top tier in every single activity. So, overall, I would say he is. And it's mostly because of this ability, the Invasion Arrow. Like, on raids, pretty much every time I'm doing a raid with someone, they're like, do you have Gopher's level 2? Because it boosts everyone's attack. It boosts everyone's attack to a higher grade, which is so good. It's just so busted. That alone just makes him super good. And then his ultimate is just so good for PvP. When, like, there's so many situations where the enemy has 4 or maybe even 5 ultimate gauge, and they just take off their ultimates, and that's pretty much match. Like, that's it. Like, the match is done. After I'm doing that, the match is done. And this is also so good. If the unit is not attacked, all your allies' damage is increased by 10%. It's such an overlooked passive. I didn't even know he did this until like 2 weeks ago. And I don't know, I overlooked it. And it's so powerful as well, just increasing damage from all the allies. He's just a support unit. But at the same time that he's a support unit, This first ability is also super good. In any activity that it can be done in PvE, super good. In raids, of course, pretty much can't, so it's kind of like a wasted ability. Go for really excels in this and this for raids. And also taking off the ultimate gauge as well is really good. But the seal ability on PvP, oh, it's so annoying. Oh my god, it's annoying. I would argue it's more annoying than Merlin's taking off ult gauge. But yeah, this is my number 3. And again, a coin shop unit. I would consider free to play. I would consider go for a free to play unit. Now level 3. Now number 3 is actually Escanor. Now Escanor, he is my dad. Okay, Escanor is my favorite character in the anime. I would say I've been rewatching snippets of the anime where Escanor is. I rewatched like the dub clip. I wanted to see how the dub is for Escanor. I would still say the Japanese voice actor is better, it's just my opinion. But Escanor is just so cool. He's just so cool every single time. I'm telling you, every single time I use Cruel Sun, I have to also say Cruel Sun. It's just I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is every single time. And it's so good. Applies Ignite, which is super good. But what I really love about Escanor, oh man, it's so cheeky getting the ults earlier with this. It's just so cheeky. On PvP, it's just so good. You get the ult like super early and sometimes you even confuse people. Like, what? It's just getting the ultimate extra with the thing. He does like a bunch of damage. And also this, like, I know a lot of people don't like this ability because it disables buffs, but it's like disabling debuffs is so strong because let's say Escanor gets petrified. If you move a card and you fill his ultimate gauge, he gets unpetrified in that turn, and that can be such a game changer. Or you can't petrify him at all if that's the case. You can't seal his attacks at all if he's at level 5 ultimate gauge. It's just so broken. It took me 1,050 gems to pull him for the first time. Do I regret it? Yes, because I pulled him on a single. I pulled Escanor in a single like a few days after his banner left, and I was like, okay, one of those discount singles, right? Because every day I do the 1 gem single. I pulled him on one of those discount singles. I was like, okay, this is ironic. It took me 1,050 gems, and now you give me for 1 gem. Alright. But still really good. And he is super useful for raids as well. Like in the website, they list Escanor as S rank for raids, which I highly disagree. I use him on every raid, except Red Demon. You can use him on Red Demon, even though he has type disadvantage, you can, but I just prefer not. Grey Demon, he has type advantage, and his Cruel Sun does good damage, and whenever he goes to the ground, his Elegance Blow also does good damage, and his ultimate does good damage as well. And Crimson Demon, dude, Ignite pretty much is the reason the Crimson Demon gets easier. Like, that's one of the reasons why Demon Melody is so good, because he has a damage boost against the Crimson Demon. But Ignite is so good as well. You get some Ignites in the second turn with Escanor, you save your Malleolus cards. It's just, he's super good as well. Escanor, borderline, is my 3rd favorite unit. Not a free-to-play unit just like the other ones, he's a gacha unit. But he's just so cool. He's so cool! I really like it. I keep saying level. I was gonna say level 2 as again. Number 2 is Bon. I just love him. Although my Bon is actually only level 80, mostly because Bon, he is really good. I really like him, but it just seems like there had been instances where I had to level up other units instead of him. And SSR pendants are just the worst thing in this game. I'll be honest with you. I was going to make a rant video about SSR pendants. I decided not to, but SSR pendants are really bad, so I'm always running out of them, and I'm not buying them. So, but Bon, I just love his Snatch. You combo his Snatch with like other AoE units, and you just have such a good AoE team for farming and just beating up lower level content. I know it's only lower level content, but I've seen some PvP builds with Bon that are super good. Like, his Snatch is just so good. Pretty much, when you combo his level 3s, you see the animations and you see the amount of damage of him that he does is just so crazy. I built my Bon for crit damage and crit rate. Reason for that was mostly because Bon's strength comes from his steal. He's stealing the enemy's attack. So if I'm going up against a little bit of a stronger enemy, I steal his attack and use it against him, and if I crit, I do extra damage. That is my my thought process. It might not be the best, but that's pretty much what they recommend as well. I didn't even know. That's pretty much what they recommend. I just really like using him. One thing I don't like about him is his ultimate. I feel like his ultimate is pretty weak, but stealing one of the targets is also really good, although his level 3 steals 50% of every enemy, but still really good. And also he heals himself with his ultimate. His level 3 and level 2, which is so good. 30% is really good. And yeah, in general, I just like using bot. I don't think he's like a particularly insane unit, especially now with the new Malleolus, but he's really fun to use. I just really like him. And you'll see the pattern of AoE units. I just really like using AoE units, which leads to number 1, which is the new Malleolus. Again, an AoE unit. This unit is just so insane. Like, he is insane. Like, literally insane. The only thing that he doesn't excel on is raids. Like, I tried him on the Red Demon. I thought he was pretty lackluster. Again, the Grey Demon, I wouldn't see a reason why you would use him. And then Crimson Demon has type advantage against him, so, you know, not the greatest. But he's insane in PvP and insane in PvE. Like, he just absolutely wrecks everything. Like, he does Escanor level damage AoE, which is crazy. Like, I've been always, like, ever since before I had Malleolus, I would use my team for farming those little events that you do to get the raids, like the Hendrickson fight and all of that. I would use Escanor, Gopher, and Bon, or Escanor, Gopher, and King. That was my team, and I would always take a little while to beat them. And then ever since I got Malleolus, those fights take 5 seconds. Like, my combo is I snatch with Bon's level 1 in the beginning of the match. I do this with Malleolus and that's pretty much ends the fight. That pretty much ends the fight. Like, he's so insane. My team right now is Lilia, Bon, and Malleolus. If I bring out why is Lilia, where Lilia is. Lilia's insane, by the way. She's not in the list, but she's like in the top 10. Lilia also, in the beginning of the battle, increases penetration rate of all allies by 50% of your penetration rate. Now, the reason why that's good is because his level 1 and stuff increases penetration rate by 3. So his penetration rate goes off the charts. And I will be honest with you, I don't even know what penetration does, but I know it's good. People try to explain it to me, but every single time it's like, oh, it has to do with like damage. All I know is, does big damage. He's super good. And also, he heals so much. Like, I don't know if it's because my Malleolus has gear that has lifesteal, because I was actually going to reroll for like only HP, but you know, using gems to reroll is annoying. But he heals so goddamn much. Like, I feel like every time I do a level 1, he fully heals, and his lifesteal is only 10. So I don't know why that is. I'll be honest, I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's something with the Fate combo, because I always combo him with Merlin. But even in PvP, I feel like he heals a lot. And it's ungeared PvP that I'm talking about. So, I don't know, he's my favorite in the game right now. It might be just because I just pulled him, I don't know. It might be just because of that, but still, I just really like him. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. And also his ultimate is really good. I just, like, only today I realized this, because my boy Speedy told me that he does, like, not that great damage, but if you apply this on them first, and then you do the damage, it increases the damage by 3. But of course you can even apply more stuff, but because this is like one of the easiest things to apply, it's just so good. Him comboing with his own ultimate is just so good as well. But yeah, again, let me know if your top 5 units, and yeah, thank you guys for watching.